the next thing I'm actually going to do is play you a video from Becca Garside, who has set up, one of the people who set up the Neurodivergent Teacher Network. And this is, we're trying to partner with them to be able to, again, just get the word out there and make these connections. So if I get her, she sent me a video by, I'm going to stop sharing and shut down some of the other videos on my computer. There we go, escape, power it all down. There we go. I think we might have the right connections there. Here we go. So here's Rebecca telling us a little bit about some research she's done and how she wants to develop that. So let's play that. There we go.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Garside. I am an ex-senior leader and Senko. I've worked in mainstreams and special schools here in the UK, and I've also worked abroad in international schools. I currently run an alternative provision community interest company supporting neurodivergent children who are struggling in mainstream and also providing support for their families and their schools. Back in March, Katrina contacted me to ask if I would be able to help her with a new online community that she wanted to set up. It was a Facebook group for neurodivergent educators. And she asked me if I would do that alongside her and Lynn McCann, who I think is running your session today. And I was really excited about it because being a teacher in the system and also being ADHD, I hadn't actually really thought about other neurodivergent teachers. I definitely didn't think I'd run into one, but then to be honest with you, I don't suffering in a lot of the same ways I did. Reading those posts was actually really validating. So I think I wanted to find out a little bit more. And so I posted the questionnaire in the group. And I was asking questions like, do you feel comfortable talking about your neurodivergency at work? Do you feel that your senior leaders have an understanding of how to treat their neurodivergent staff? And what sort of things would help you the most if you could change something? What would it be? And I think working in neurodivergency, which I have done since I was 17, a lot of the things that the children had been saying to me over the years have also now been echoed by the teachers who completed that questionnaire. So I think what we really need to do is start reframing inclusion, because inclusion has been something that has been a main focus for schools and further education settings now for over 20 years. But to say that we are trying to understand our neurodivergent learners better, to then come across similar issues for neurodivergent staff working in those schools and education settings, actually one of the biggest things that have come out of all of my years talking to children, and now also out of this this questionnaire that I posed in the group, is actually what we really need is inclusive ethos. We just need environments where we can be open and honest and be validated and appreciated and completely accepted for exactly who we are. I think one of the most damaging things for children and adults is having to mask. It's absolutely exhausting, and we shouldn't have to do it, because we should feel that we have a place in the world, in our education settings, in our jobs, in our lives. We should feel like we have a place, and it's an important place, and we don't have to pretend to be someone else to deserve that place. So I think it's had a real impact on me, and I've gone from really trying to look more at measures to support specific learning difficulties to actually, how can we just make people feel that they belong here? And I think that's going to be the most important thing moving forward.
Okay, so there's Rebecca, and we've hopefully posted the link to the survey that she did, the questionnaire she wrote a blog about it, which you can see on the Neuro Teachers website. So do think about joining that group. It's a Facebook group for neurodivergent staff, and it's growing just out of people joining and being interested.
Hello, my name's Katrina Lowry, and along with the lovely Lynn, who's hosting this afternoon, and Rebecca Garside, I'm one of the founders of the Neurodivergent Teachers Network. So it was kind of my idea, insofar as I really didn't think that there were any other neurodivergent teachers when I first started teaching 22 years ago. I thought I was a complete unicorn. I'd never met another dyslexic or neurodivergent teacher until I met Becca and Lynn, in fact. And once I started to get to know them a little better, I thought, well, do you know what? If there's 3 of us, then there probably are some more. So we started a little Facebook group together, and to our surprise, within weeks we had over 100 people. I think we're kind of somewhere near 500 at the moment. It's quite a small group, but it's quite lively. But since starting the group, we started to think a bit more deeply about what we'd actually like to do in order to support neurodivergent teachers. And more of the individual conversations I'm having is that there doesn't really seem to be much support out there. So, you know, what there is quite piecemeal, and also it's really hard to know how to access things. So I kind of wanted to pull that all together. So we decided to form a community interest company, and that is going to be with the group of us and a couple of other people who we've also asked to help out. There are 3 aims to this company. The first one is to do a really big survey. Hopefully you will have seen Rebecca's video about the survey that she did on our little group. But we want to do a really big survey to find out some kind of idea about the numbers and the prevalence of neurodivergent people, what kind of needs they have, which sectors they're in, and what we can do to support them. So we're trying to get some funding for that, and hopefully we can get the research verified by university. Birkbeck College are quite interested in helping us with that. Then once we have that, I'd like to get it written up in a peer-reviewed journal. And we'd also like to be able to offer training courses for employers, so specifically schools, colleges, nurseries, local authorities, multi-academy trusts, anywhere really that employs teaching and support staff who might be neurodivergent. And then the third string to our bow would probably be some mentoring specifically for neurodivergent teachers. That's kind of a fairly new idea, but I'm talking to some teacher training organisations about helping people in initial teacher training colleges. So my idea from that is that the individual neurodivergent teachers would be able to access some kind of mentoring from a peer, either teacher or former teacher, who has a similar neurodivergent needs to them and has some idea how to support them to be successful in their career. So the idea of the network is that we can support neurodivergent teachers through the selection and recruitment process, through their early career, and then hopefully through their career progression as they wish to do. So it's quite an ambitious project and quite big. We'd like to have more events like this. We'd like your input to find out how neuro-inclusive you find this and what other things that you like. And we'd really like you to follow us on the social media. So join the Facebook group, and we also have a Twitter page. I'm just setting up one for Instagram. And we should have a website up and running within the next couple of weeks as well. So this is very much the beginning of our journey. We are a small but enthusiastic band of people, and we're going to need some volunteers initially, and eventually we're going to need some associates to do a fair bit of work for us. So if you are interested in finding out more about the Neurodivergent Teachers Network, please talk to Lynn and follow us on social and get in touch, stay in touch. And remember, you're not a unicorn, and there are people here who really, really want to support you. Neurodivergent teachers make a fantastic addition to any school community and definitely need to be encouraged. We have so much to offer, so many skills. And finally, I should probably say what my actual neurodivergent conditions are. So my name's Katrina Lowry, and I'm dyslexic and bipolar, possibly with a little bit of ADHD in there as well. As I say, I've been teaching for 22 years. I currently am self-employed specialist teacher supporting children with neurodiversity, but I have in my career been a SENCO, special needs teacher and an advisory teacher. So it's been lovely to meet you. Hope you enjoy the rest of the conference, and hopefully I'll see you online at some time soon. Thanks so much. Goodbye.